Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live in. The first couple of days of NBA free agency has seen a flurry of moves happening amongst the league's 30 teams. Going into free agency, especially now I'm on summer break, I found a lot of time reading through, the best free agents lists, predictions on where players were signed. So I thought I had a pretty strong grasp of all the players that would be available. But one player that I did not know was attempting to come back to the NBA has. Let's get into it. It's via SI.com. NBA free agency, Mavs to sign Dante Exum. The Mavs made another signing on the margins of their roster by adding Dante Exum, who has not played in the NBA since the 2020-21 season. So according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, Dante Exum is signing a one-year guaranteed veterans minimum contract with the Mavs. Exum has not played in the NBA since the 2020-21 season when he appeared in 6 games with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So as you see from Woj's tweet, former number 5 overall pick. He was drafted in 2014. Didn't necessarily pan out, but when he was drafted, keep in mind, he was only 18 years old the day he was drafted. Still super young. But here, this is via CBS News Philadelphia. Chad Ford says one NBA GM compared Dante Exum to Kobe Bryant. That is right. So it mentions ESPN insider Chad Ford joined Bill Simmons on the BS Report on Tuesday and said one general manager compared Exum to Kobe Bryant. One general manager said he reminds me, he's the closest that I've seen to a young Kobe Bryant, Ford told Simmons. Simmons asked Ford to describe Exum, who played in Australia, to the world. 6 foot, 6 inches, 6'9" wingspan, quickest athlete in the draft. Gets to the basket, has the killer instinct, needs to learn how to shoot, has the right of the game. He's tested off the charts physiologically. And then when you add an NBA-type frame, he's got great size for his position. And he's got NBA-level athleticism, at least in speed and quickness. He's not an explosive leaper. He's an okay leaper. He's not going to jump out the gym. But where it matters most, side to side and quickness, those guys tend to not fail in the NBA. I think, frankly, that's who the Bucks should take at 2. I think he's going to be a stud. He wasn't drafted 2. He was drafted 5. Definitely didn't pan out as a 5th overall pick. I mean, the Bucks did take Jabari Parker 2nd overall. Can't necessarily say he panned out either. But as you see, he is just 27 years old, but he will turn 28 in 11 days. But we look at his numbers. Really hasn't done much at the NBA level in his 245 games. 5.7 points, 1.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Never averaged more than 8.1 points per game. 2015-16, he didn't miss the whole season due to a torn ACL. And again, hasn't played since 2020-21. Actually, since the 2016-17 season, he has played in a grand total of just 97 games in the NBA. So we have barely heard from Dante Exum. If we take a look at some of the names that were drafted over him in 2014, who he was drafted over, sorry. That was a draft. Wiggins went first, Embiid went third. But guys like Marcus Smart, Julius Randle, Zach LaVine, and, we go to the 2nd round. Not only do we see Jeremy Grant, but we see the 2-time reigning MVP and the reigning finals MVP, Nikola Jokic, of course, incredibly drafted 41st overall and what might be the best draft pick in maybe NBA history. But Dante Exum looking to make his comeback to the NBA, at least a 1-year minimum deal with the Dallas Mavericks. As a Knicks fan, I could say, he can't be any worse than Frank Ntilikina, right? Of course, Ntilikina joined the Mavericks after the Knicks. But We'll see what happens. Mavericks were a disappointment. Didn't even make the play-in tournament after trading for Kyrie Irving. Of course, Kyrie Irving has re-signed with the team. They also added sharpshooter Seth Curry. Let's see how the Dallas Mavericks season goes. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.